Hey everybody, this is Miss Divinestalls, and I'm going to update you on how my summer's been going and what I've been doing all summer. I have been doing a ton of activism work this summer. It started in May and has continued right up until now. We're still going. Firstly, I competed in a karaoke contest called Pride Idol. It was the first year they've ever done it, and it was a fundraiser / raise awareness about Seattle Out and Proud, the great people who organize and host Pride every year here in Seattle. It was really fun. Out of 77 contestants, I placed in the top 8 to compete in the finals. I didn't win and I didn't place, but the girl who won was fantastic. She had an amazing voice and she completely deserved to win, so I was very proud of her. Super nice person too. That was a lot of fun and definitely a big risk that I would normally have not have taken had it been a year ago, even 2 years ago. And one of my goals for this year was to take more risks and to try more things that I've never done before. So I'm going to the art museum. I went to Seattle Symphony. I'm training for the half marathon, and Pride Idol, the opportunity presented itself and I took it, and I'm really glad I did in spite of not placing. It was definitely a really awesome thing to do. Secondly, starting in May, I began organizing a Pride contingent for Washington Marriage Alliance, and I got a lot of help from my wonderful friends at KEERAZY Coalition and Join the Impact. I'll have their links on the side for you all to check them out. We started working in May, like I said, and we went up right into the last minute. We had 3 groups, a truck blaring music, an Asian drum band, tons of people were joining us who had heard about us online, who were joining us from the streets, just watching. It was amazing. It was an amazing event, and these people worked very hard to put this on. We put in a lot of hours, and it was definitely worth the time and effort. So I'm very proud of everybody that was involved in that. We had a great time, and it was fantastic. I'm definitely proud of everybody that was involved. Some of you were also asking me about Fred Phelps and whatever happened with that. The Fred Phelps counter-protests were organized by a group called Seattle Out Protest. They're a great group of young people who are getting involved in the community. They are fantastic. They are wonderfully positive. The event itself was a fundraiser for Lambert House, which is a local shelter for LGBT and questioning youth here in Seattle. It was so much fun. It was so wonderfully positive. There were great speakers. There was music. There was slam poetry. There were people of all walks of life coming in to peacefully counter-protest this group, and Fred Phelps himself was not there because of his age, he can't really travel, but lots of his supporters were, and they were definitely drowned out by the love and positivity that we were trying to portray in front of St. James Cathedral, which is actually just up the street from here. One of the things that I will caution young activists out there on, and I'll leave the video with this bit of advice, is if you are going to go after your adversaries, if you are going to counter-protest someone who disagrees with you and maybe even downright hates you, one of the things that you cannot do, I really stress you cannot do this, is react to bigotry and hate with more hate. If we were to go to the Fred Phelps protest and stand there with signs comparing Fred Phelps to Hitler and Stalin and the KKK and shouting hate monger and all this other stuff, we would be no different than they are. And truly, you are no different than your adversary if you use the same tactics your adversary uses against you. As another example, some years ago, Dr. Dobson came through town with this Focus on the Family tour, and we had tons of people show up for a peaceful counter-protest against them. However, some of those people who showed up had pictures and signs comparing Dr. Dobson, again, to Stalin and Hitler, calling him a hate monger, etc. And guess who the news media focused on? These people. Guess who the people attending the Focus on the Family conference focused on? These people. And subsequently, guess whose message of peace and love and acceptance and tolerance was completely lost? Ours. You got it right. You cannot create change if you continue to act the same way that your adversary does. In order to create change, in order to create a positive effect, you must behave in a positive way. I will leave it at that. This has been Miss Divinestalls, wishing you a happy rest of your summer. Bye, guys.